What's up, everybody? Happy New Year. It's Stephen A. Williams, president and founder of thecreditrepairshop.com. In today's video, we're going to talk about having excellent credit. We're going to talk about the reasons why you need to put in the work and get the job done. Because what I see, I see this with a lot of people for some reason, is that they just quit. People are doing New Year's resolutions and they forget about last year that they made resolutions. How about let's just make a resolution to not have to make another resolution or to have to make the same resolution a year later? How about let's do that? So I was taking notes. I was sitting there last night. We all saw what happened with the football game. Just in case you're watching this videos months or years later, this is the Monday night on January 2nd, 2023. There was an incident in the football game, and we hope that gentleman, for safe recovery, it looks like he is going to be able to make a good recovery, hopefully. But in this video, I want to talk about what it means to have excellent credit and what you're going to be able to do about it to be able to get to having excellent credit. Because when I was taking my notes, I kind of started burning up, getting hot. Like my hand was writing, the thoughts were going through my mind, and it was like, Steve, you got to talk to people, because sometimes you can tell people how to do stuff. You can tell a person, hey, you got to dispute this way, you got to deal with the furnishers this way. But some of the times the people have to know deep down inside the benefits of having excellent credit. Because I want to tell you that if I could get this into your head, no matter what you have to go through to get to excellent credit, you're going to do it. You're going to do it. Because let me just tell you, let me break down what having excellent credit is all about. Some of you have had good credit, but I want to get you to excellent credit. So you can say that the resolution for the credit repair shop, and not where we're doing the work for you. So don't get me wrong. I'm just talking about getting you into the mindset of wanting to have excellent credit. Because why have substandard anything when you can have the best? Answer that question. Do you want, like you go to the restaurant, do you pick off the menu? Do you want the menu of the food that doesn't taste good, or do you want the food that does taste good? And you pay for it because you're getting some. Here, either if you pay my company to do it or you do it yourself, there's gonna be something that you gotta pay, but I'm gonna tell you the benefits outweigh it if you could just get to that other side. So let's just talk about it real quick. What would you do if you had excellent credit? Like right now, if your credit was excellent like mine, if you had an 834 credit score, what would you do with that credit? What would you be planning to do? Would you be planning to start a business? Would you be planning to go buy a new house? Would you be planning to get a new car? Like, what would you do? Like, get that in your head. I think that some of the times, I was listening to an audio, Reverend Ike, and he was talking about this. He said that some people are so afraid of success that when they go to look at something and it's too expensive, they won't even go into the store. And when I heard that years ago, I was like, I do that some of the times. Like, I'll know, okay, I can't afford that, or this is just more than what I would want to spend. You should not lead your life that way, because the way that you get to more things is by exposing yourself to those things. So you should, no matter what, you should walk in there into a store. You should go look at a car. You should touch it. You should do all of that stuff, because you're going to have if you expose yourself to that, the universe, the pieces of the puzzles come to you so you can have the things that you really want to have. I'm not saying that you go and see something expensive because you're going to go and use them, spend your money on it. What I'm saying is that when you put yourself into that environment, that you become and those types of things and opportunities and income and different things that work in your favor, that it comes to you. That's what I'm talking about. So if you had excellent credit right now, what would you do with it? Like, think about that. Because right now you're probably in the mindset of, I have bad credit and I can't do nothing with it. I have bad credit and I can't even go get a car. I have bad credit. I can't even go get a house. I have bad credit. My credit is so bad. This is what happened yesterday with a person who actually signed up for the services. They signed up and they did not want to give us their credit reports. And it's like, this is not the psychic network. We cannot like make up things to work on your credit about. You have to give us that. But I believe that that individual felt they were so down into having bad credit mentally, physically, everything, that they were thinking, my credit is so bad I can't even do, nobody can help me. I can't help myself, and if I'm too embarrassed to even give it to them. I signed up and paid them for the service, and now I won't go a step to give them my credit report. That is a mental block, and I want one way, even if you don't have excellent credit right now, is to start getting into the mode, the mindset, because everything starts with the mind first, of having excellent credit. And then let the pieces come. Let the pieces fall into place for you. But they will never fall into place. They will never fall into place if you have that poor, negative, bad credit mindset. How can it? Think about it. How can it? If you're constantly thinking about having bad credit, how can you start to think about having good credit? And then when you start to think about having good credit, all of the bad feelings come up from having bad credit because you're so used to living with bad credit. So when someone or you try to help yourself get good credit, you feel uncomfortable, just like that individual that I just spoke about. Why is having excellent credit so important? I know I just went on a little bit about it, but let me just tell you. When you have excellent credit, it's like you get treated a different way. I don't like having people be treated a different. I treat everybody the same way, regardless of their level. But we live in a credit society. And I'm just here to tell you, when you have excellent credit, people are knocking on your doors with opportunity. They're knocking on your doors with business opportunity. They're knocking on your doors to give you money. Isn't that crazy? The people who have money their door is being knocked on. They don't go, like, we don't go knock on the doors for the money. Excuse me. They knock on our doors. Do you want to take this money? I got an advertisement the other day, and I just tested the water. I was just like, would I be able to get this? You know, I just wanted to see, are these just BS offers that company said, we have your soft pool, and I'm the underwriter, and I guarantee you, without any collateral, we will give you $300,000. Do you want it? And I said, no, sorry for wasting your time, but no, I'm sorry for wasting your time. But that's what I'm talking about. When you have excellent credit, all types of doors open, but you can't get there if you're constantly sticking with having bad credit. If you're mentally stuck with bad credit, you don't even get the experience, like even without going to get loans, without doing the things, you know, to get more stuff with your credit, you don't even have the opportunity to even have that feeling. You don't even have that opportunity because you're stuck with the other feeling. You don't even give yourself that chance. Some of the unseen benefits of having excellent credit, like, you know, some people, they're just looking at the score. All the TV commercials, they talk about, look at, this is the score, 725, 825, you know, my scores, because that's what you can see. You know, you're going to go with what you can see first. But let me tell you about feelings. Let me tell you about how people feel. How about having confidence? Walking into any place, a car dealer, whatever, walking into there, and it's not about, am I going to get approved? It's about what type of deal are you going to be giving me? Like we don't need to worry about credit. Like for my when I go to the Range Rover dealer, there's I bought 3 Range Rovers from this salesman at the Range Rover dealer. And when I walk in, because I'll call them and tell them, and this is the thing that they do. When you have good credit, this is one like a benefit. When you have excellent credit, and they know it from past experiences, and you walk in there, it is not about let's run your score and all. It's about Mr. Williams or Mrs. Williams. What do you want? What do you want? Like, if it's not here, we will go get it for you. And by the way, while we're getting that for you or we're looking it up, here's a private room that you can go into and sit, and here is food, here is coffee, here is everything that you want. Or you could just go across the hall where we prepare food for you. And no, there's no charge. You just, whatever you want, they will cook it for you. Like, I don't know if your dealer has that type of experience, but my dealer does. Where when I go in there for service, they cook me breakfast. Like, go to your dealer right now, and are they cooking you breakfast, or are they just giving you like some treats or whatever? No, they cook breakfast. I'm talking about eggs, bacon, however you want it, they cook it. These are like unseen benefits. Like with my wife, she bought a Jeep. They brought the Jeep to her, everything packaged, everything. They didn't even charge a delivery fee. Because let me tell you, when people come to, when you had an A-rated credit, this, like, some people don't know this. There's what they call these different classes of credit. You have your A+ all the way down to D and E credit now. It used to just be C rated, but I've seen that they even go further. When you're A+, the crazy thing that happens is that they want you to spend less money to get the thing that you're buying from them. So they give you a better deal on the vehicle. Like, you're paying, the vehicle that we bought at another dealer was $20,000 more at the other dealer. But because, see, get this, listen to me. When they look and they know your situation with your credit, it automatically makes them, even if they don't see you, it automatically makes them put you into a category where you have to have special treatment. Because they know that the deal is going to go through. Like, they look at your credit and they see that score, even they don't even see you. They look at it and they say, this is a deal for today. This is a deal that's going to go through today. So what do you think that they're going to do? They're not going to mess up the deal. They're going to put everything in line to make the deal go through, because they know this is the thing. Even if you, like, so let me get to it. The unseen benefit. This is crazy. I'm going to break this down for you. And we'll use a dealer, for example. See, if you have excellent credit, and think about it, all you did is made a phone call. You said, okay, yeah, you can run my credit. Or you just told them, hey, do a soft pull so you know that I'm serious. Or I know that this is my credit score. I will send you a screenshot of my scores. And they know that your stuff is going to go through. They automatically just subconsciously have to think that you are a smart shopper and you can be a dumb shopper. Some of the richest business people, and including myself, my wife always says, I got to watch you because you'll spend money on some stuff that you shouldn't spend money on. Some of us, and my millionaire friends, we will spend stuff in a stupid way sometimes. I'm just telling you, I'm being upfront with you. My wife stops me from doing that sometimes. But I see my friends, they make some crazy. I'm like, man, why did you do that? But the thing is that the sales people put stuff like even though we can make some dumb decisions, when we give them that credit score, they automatically think that you're smart. Like, even if someone helped you get to that score, like I helped a lot of my business associates get to those 750, 785, and 800 plus scores. I helped them get there, but when they go to places, they don't say, well, who helped you get there? They just look at the score and they're like, you got to treat this person with A plus credit. That means that low interest rates. That means that low payments. That means that don't go and try to take advantage of them when they're buying that vehicle. Because they're smart. Look at their score. They're smart. Look at their score. They're smart. Subconsciously, that's what the salesperson is thinking. This is an unseen benefit that people don't even, for some reason, don't even get when they think about working on their credit and having excellent credit. They don't even understand the unseen benefits. And then the confidence benefit, walking into a place with confidence, the self-esteem, the knowing, like, isn't, with everything we do in life, aren't we always trying to know? Like, no matter what it is that we're working on, we want to know. Like, what happened there? We want to know. How do I get this? We want to know. How do I avoid this? We want to know. Having excellent credit answers a lot of those questions for you. Because when you walk into a place and you know you're going to get approved, you know you got excellent credit, you know you're going to get the lowest of everything, you're going to get the best deal. How do you walk into that place compared to someone who has subprime or even someone that just has regular good credit? How do you walk into that place? What is your inside feeling? Like Reverend Ike said, a poor person, that you could be poor on the inside and have money on the outside. And if you react like a poor person on the inside, people are going to treat you like the sense that they get from you, which is poor. That's why you can have a person walk into a store that has expensive stuff and they have no money in their pocket, but the way that they talk, the way that they carry themselves, people will look at them different. And you have someone who is poor and meets all of the poor visual looks, everything. They walk into the store and everybody is on them. Now, let's look at my notes here. Let me break down some stuff here. I don't know if you know this. Maybe you do. Because a lot of you, I see that you love these credit card videos that people put out. But let's just break it down. Let's talk about benefits. I was running some numbers, and it says that people with excellent credit get offered 0% interest rate credit cards like 100% of the time. And I didn't even really think about that, but I get credit card offers, and they say that they will give me 0% transfer balance and 0%. Why do they do that? Because they want you to use the card and maybe make a mistake where you just carry a balance, they make money, or you just keep the card, and then once it gets past the 1 year period, then if you keep balances, then you would have they would be able to make interest on you. See, but the thing is that they are treating you different. They're like, come into the door, take our money at 0%. Take our money at 0%, and there's no membership fee for the first year. They're just trying to get you in the door. So if you have bad credit, how are they trying to get you into the door? They're trying to get you with secured cards. You put your money into the card so they can utilize your money to pay for stuff, with the hopes of you building up to where you'll end up having good credit and you'll be able to get upgraded to having a good card. That's the difference. You can choose one way where you're secured, build yourself up slowly, or you can take the straight line and get to have an excellent credit, and then you still got to go through a build-up process, but the mentality is to have excellent credit, not to just try to build. But 0% cards, guaranteed approval for personal loans, and low rates and low payments. Guaranteed approval for a new car, low rates, low payments. Guaranteed approval for a home, low rates, low payments. Now let's break that down. let's break that down. So when you a credit, like I did an example on a credit card. I'm sorry, on an auto loan with bad credit, 12 to 25%. And yes, there are some auto loans out there at 25%. I didn't believe it, but I saw it. I see a lot of the our clients, and they have that. We try to help them get out of that situation. But a $20,000 car is going to be, before insurance, $672 per month. With excellent credit, you're looking at $585 per month, a savings over the time of the loan of $3,132 in your pocket. $3,000, that would be like, hey, you have excellent credit. Here is, like, you walk in the door, like, see, you save money when you buy. Like, have you ever seen the real estate commercials where they're like, you got to buy with the profit in it? You buy your car with the profit with your good credit, or excellent credit. I apologize. With excellent credit, you even with good credit, but having excellent credit, you walk into the door, you're already saving money. Like, you're putting money in your pocket. Get that in your mind. Get that in your mind. You walk in the door, you're already putting money in your pocket. Because if you have bad credit, you're spending that money. So if you're not spending it with them, where is the money going? It's staying in your pocket. That means that on a purchase that you're making, you were able, in this example that I had, $3,132. That's before insurance. And we're not even counting when they run your credit and you have bad credit and you get your insurance rate is going to be jacked up. You have good credit, you could be like me with a Range Rover. I have 4 vehicles and I'm paying less than, I think, $100 a month for 4 vehicles. For 4 vehicles, full coverage with a $1,000 deductible on each vehicle. I'm paying less than $100 a month. You might be saying, how are you doing that? I'm an excellent credit and an excellent driver record. Also, you got to have both of those together because they don't want to just be paying out to people getting in accidents. But the credit, having excellent credit, was a big part of that. Like, so, I remember when I was younger and I didn't have excellent credit and I would go to buy a car. Like, I was looking at the insurance. I was like, damn, the insurance, I can't afford it with the insurance. But being stupid, what did I do? Still got it. And I paid more. Having excellent credit, you pay less for better things. Let's not even say with the same things. You get a better vehicle with less payments, with less insurance payments. I did an example on credit cards, 25% with bad credit. A $5,000 card, you're going to pay back $10,862.16 to pay. That's if you just pay it. You charge $5,000 and you just say, okay, I'm just going to pay it all. Not counting any recharges, not counting any lates or anything. We're just talking about straight up. You're going to pay $10,862.60. That means that you're going to pay $5,862 back for the $5,000 that you took. With excellent credit, 0% interest, guess how much you pay back? $5,000. Listen to me. You use $5,000 of their money. How much do you have to pay back? $5,000 because you got 0% interest rate. I do this every month with my American Express cards. I just utilize American Express's money. We bought a UTV and an ATV for the farm. It was $9,100 for the UTV and $2,600. We got a deal. It was a floor model on the ATV, like $2,500, $2,600. We used their money, paid it off the next month, 0% on their money. I do this every month. And guess what? I made money because we got the points. And I look at my statements and my wife used Amazon. I'm like, you're doing a lot of Amazon purchase. And she was like, no, the points paid for the Amazon. So we bought the UTV and the ATV. We got the points and you were able to get this stuff here, some stuff for the kids. She just got me a new band for my Fitbit, and we didn't pay it. We didn't. So they're actually giving us money to use on stuff, 0% interest, and then we end up winning and getting more back because the points we're using for buying at different stores that they have on their points list to buy stuff. And let me tell you something that I learned, because at first I used to get the cash. We used to get the cash, and some months we would get $400, $500, $600 in points cash, like on a card. We stopped doing that because I noticed that you get more for the stuff if you use it at stores. So we started looking at where do we go? What places do we go to, or what do you need, things that you need to buy for the house, and we'll just get it there. Like they have Target, they have Subway, they have Starbucks. My wife and my daughter love Starbucks. So let's use it for that stuff. So that means that we were going to spend money there anyways. We're getting it for free. The way that I look at it, we're getting it for free. So just a review on that, with a credit card, if you have bad credit, 25% interest, $5,000 that you borrow, you pay that back over time. You're going to pay $5,862.16 back. If you have good credit, you're going to pay them exactly what you borrowed from them. If you pay it off at the end of the month, you get that. But if you pay it off within the year, you would get that. So just to make it fair, over a year, you would be able to pay off that $5,000 because you have 0% interest. And then you would get the point. So you're making money on their money. Next thing is a mortgage with bad credit. Right now, where the interest rates are at, you got bad credit, you're going to be somewhere around 10 to 12% on your loan. It might be 8, maybe you get lucky 8, but it's going to be up there. But for this example, I was just looking at where most people are going to be with bad credit or lower credit scores that will be able to get approved. For a $250,000 house, your payments are going to be at $3,063.20. With excellent credit, your payments are going to be $1,685.21. That's a monthly savings of $1,377.99 monthly savings. And over the time of the loan, that's $496,000 and over $496,000. So the repercussions of living with bad credit: you buy a house. Let's just say that's the only thing that you do. You go and you buy a house. The repercussions of living with bad credit is that you're going to pay $496,000 more of your hard-earned money. $496,000. And you worry about paying to get your credit repaired, or you're worried about paying the price for yourself to do it yourself. You worry. That's why I wanted to make this video, because I wanted to give you something to contrast against. So you're worried about a little money, but look at the money that you're spending. You're worried about a little money. See, that's why you cannot, if you stay in a bad credit mindset, you can't even get to thinking about these benefits, because all you have in your mind is bad credit thoughts. So you stew in that bad credit thought, when over here on the other side, if you just got to excellent credit, look at the benefits that I just talked about. So if we think about it, like that's a big deal. I think that's a big deal. Let me get my notes straight. I just think that's a big deal. And I like to talk about it because it's my experience. It's my experience. Like, so let's look at some things real quick. This is me on my website. This is my credit score. This is verified. This was back in 2021. And let me just talk about some people. This is a testimonial. This young man ran into some situations, and I had to help him. He's a business owner, But it took some time because he had a lot of debt. He had a lot of debt. But the thing about it is that time is going to go by. Like, think about this. Some people don't get started with working on a credit because they're like, it's going to take too long. Well, let me let you in on a secret. 1 year is going to pass, 2 years is going to pass, 3 years are going to pass, 5 years is going to pass. Time is going to pass regardless. So you need to make a decision on, do I get started now? And don't worry about the time, because when it works, when it's done, I'm telling you, the benefit. This young man is remarried. Businesses are back going on all cylinders. Everything has changed, and it took 4 years for his situation. Now, your situation may not take that long because he was under a huge amount of debt. But we got the job done. His situation was like, if you want to say, red alert. We had to really dig in on his stuff. And that's what we do here at the Credit Repair Shop. We dig in and we have to find those solutions, and everybody's solution is going to be different. But now, thinking about it, since that happened, it's like 3 years later. So like, the time is going to pass regardless. So don't get stuck worried about the time. On my website, I got videos. This is a video I made years ago, showing results. Go there if you want to look at it. But I want to talk about some of the people here. And then here's some other results that we got from people. Like, this stuff here shows bankruptcies, judgments. Look at this. Deleted. No longer on file. Deleted. Auto finance. Collections. Look at that stuff. Look at that stuff. Medical. These are medical collections. Look at that. Look at that. Gone. Let me get this back here. Look at that. These files. Look at that. Yeah, verified, no change. We do the follow-up on that. But look at that. Look at those deletions. Look at the deletions. Look at that. These are real customers. These are real customers. These are real customers. I put them on our website. Here's some other ones. Look at this. Default judgments, where we help people with judgments. Look at this. Dismissed. Cases. Like, think about it. If a person has someone that is trying to sue them for their money, what is the first thing they start to do? They start to withdraw. They start to only think about that situation. They don't even have an open mind. Like, their mind cannot open, because they're just like, all of the frustration, all of the fears, everything is on them getting sued. This is stuff that we help our clients with. These are client scores. They sent them in. Hey, that was Nicole. Look at those scores. Here's stuff deleted. Look at this. Deleted. Outcomes. Deleted. Look at this. Here, look at this here. Look at that. 36,000. Look at imagine you get a debt taken away that's $36,000. These are just strategies that we use. These are strategies. Look at that. Another dismissed. $28,000. This is Nebraska certificate. It's dismissed. $28,000. $28,000 gone. Think about that. Your situation may not even be this bad. And looking at these people's situation. Here's another $4,500 $4,528. Dismissed. Husband and wife. Dismissed. That's what I'm talking about. Like, look at this stuff here. This was a new one that we just got. And I applaud it. This was debt collector, net collection. I applaud them for doing their job. They're taking it off the credit, 30 days to update. We give them time to do a removal process. Here's some more testimonials. This was from years ago. I remember Danielle years ago. This is Miss Black. That's her house. Another person just sent in for their house. Here's a card from Sammy. This is a local customer, Dexter. He got his car. Miss Hardy, look at that car. That's what you get. You get the car at a lower payment because you got your credit in the right order. Lower payment. This is the new one here from Liban. Got the house. This is a late 2022 testimonial. This is the house. Note, work done by the team at the credit repair shop made the purchase of this home possible. Purchase of this home possible. That's what he got. I mean, I love to hear that. Student loans. This was someone where they had a student loan issue, and what I do with the student loans, like this is not something that we're not actively helping people with student loans when it comes to doing discharges and stuff like that. What we do is we lead people and tell them what they need to do. Now, this might be something that we'll expand into, but I could just tell you you could go and look at my videos. Some clients we do choose to work with on them, but we will push to get student loans removed off of credit reports because there's always a lot of errors when they've been refinanced and stuff like that they can't make it look like you have multiple student loans when it's the same student loan. But with this individual, what was so unique with this individual is that he found out that, let's see here, he had a discharge. It's been a while since we had this, but he had been paying monthly payments to the servicer, and we had told him what he needed to do because of his situation, and he ended up getting all of the payments back and the loan discharged. So that was a very good situation for him. A lot of people ask us, what's the guarantee? Like, we can't guarantee a specific outcome for individuals. What we do is, and this is what we do. Let me just break it down. Is that we're going to review your specific situation, and then the staff and I, we put together a plan based off of, number one, what we've seen with other clients that are similar, but we always have to make your file individually and look at it for what we see, to put together a game plan individually for you. So some of it, we have the experience. We know that if we see, and we've worked with certain companies, what ways that we're going to have to deal with them to get them removed off your credit report, what ways we may have to deal with them if there goes into a settlement process, because we have relationships with just about every collection company and original creditor. We've worked with just about all of the major ones that most people have issues on their credit reports with, or we just know from experience how to deal with them, and we can get people, get information removed or updated to be in a positive status because of whatever your specific situation is. The big thing, this is the guarantee, is that we're going to work so hard on getting you to where you want to be that you're going to be like, man, all I have to do is just keep following through. And even if you don't come to us, what I want you to do is I want you to start focusing on having excellent credit, and I want you to do the work over and over and over again. One of the things that one of my mentors had talked about, he said, well, when he was learning to do something, people thought that he was crazy because it wasn't working for him. And he was like, well, I'm going to just keep, they were like, when are you going to quit? And he was like, I'm not going to quit because I have the ultimate goal in mind. So if you had an ultimate goal in mind, every time you do things, you're like burning the bridges. You're just like, hey, that didn't work, let me do this. That didn't work, let me do this. And when you do that, you start to pay more attention to what the situation is. And that's what we do. It's like we look at it and we know from experience what your situation may be, but when we actually do the disputes, do the verifications, start the back and forth with the bureau, start the back and forth with the furnishers, we start to see the real situation for you. And then that's when I call it when the real dirty work starts, because then we got to dig in and we got to figure out for your specific situation what's going to be the solution. So we guarantee hard work. That's plain and simple. In a nutshell, that's what we do, is we guarantee hard work at the Credit Repair Shop. So if you need help with your credit, please visit us at thecreditrepairshop.com. Watch the video, What Makes a Difference, so you can see my 8-point validation process, my 2-phase settlement process. If you need your credit reports and scores, because everything starts there. You need to get your TransUnion, Equifax, Experian credit reports, because everything starts there. Go to the website, it's listed below, your3scores.com. Grab those credit reports, grab those scores, and start working on having excellent credit. If you have debt collectors coming after you, there's a link below this video. Go there, get my 3-pack of letters, or you can get the paid pack of letters. Regardless of which one you get, please make a donation because it helps me with the time that I give you here on the channel. And you could utilize the statute of limitations letter, cease and desist collection activities letter, and debt validation letter to stop debt collectors early in the game. Thank you for your time. Please subscribe to the channel. Please post your questions and comments. This is Stephen A. Williams, President and Founder of thecreditrepairshop.com.